Something has been telling you that you should feel fine by now, that you have enough reasons to be happy, that other people have it harder. And yet, somewhere just below your ribs, there is something quiet and unmoving, not loud enough to call it pain, not gone enough to ignore, just there, like a room in the house of your body that you learned to walk past without ever opening. If that inner voice sounds familiar, this video is for you. If you came from the last video in this series, the one where we talked about what is actually sitting on top of your sacral chakra and why your body has been holding childhood emotions in a place that was designed to carry joy, then you already know this is not spiritual performance, not ritual for its own sake. This is real, felt psychological healing. And if this is your first time here, everything you need to understand will come through in this experience. You don't need a background. You only need the honesty of what you're already feeling. Today, we go deeper. This is the guided Oponopono session for the sacral chakra. And whether you've never heard that name before or you've been practicing for years, what's about to happen is something your nervous system has probably been quietly asking for. But before we enter this together, I want you to understand something. Because I have found that when you understand what is actually happening in your body during this kind of practice, not just spiritually, but scientifically, it stops feeling like wishful thinking and starts feeling like medicine. The sacral chakra sits in the lower abdomen, and this is not only an energetic reality, it's a biological one. The gut contains over 100 million neurons. Scientists call it the enteric nervous system, the second brain. Unlike your thinking mind, which processes in language and logic, the gut processes in feeling, in sensation, in old pre-verbal emotional imprints that were stored before you ever had words to describe them. When a child experiences an emotion that cannot complete itself, when there is no space to cry, to be held, to be angry, to be fully received, that energy doesn't disappear. It compresses. It settles into the body as unprocessed data, and it stays there, drawing on your system's resources, keeping you in a low-grade posture of guardedness until something creates the right conditions for release. Stay with me here, because this is where it gets important. Oponopono creates those conditions. The 4 phrases: I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, when spoken with genuine intention and focused awareness, activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for the rest, repair, and openness. The opposite of the defense posture that suppressed emotion requires your body to hold. Research on self-compassion, particularly the work of Dr. Kristin Neff, shows that speaking to yourself with warmth and honest acknowledgement activates the same neural circuits as receiving genuine care from other person. Your brain and body do not distinguish between a compassionate inner voice and a compassionate external presence. They respond to both with same measurable shift: a drop in cortisol, a rise in oxytocin, a softening of the nervous system's guard. And the vagus nerve, the long wandering nerve that bridges your brain to your heart, your lungs, your gut, carries this signal all the way down to the lower body where sacral emotions live. When you speak these phrases with your awareness directed to that space, you are sending a message through that line. The moment has passed. It is safe now. You can finally let this move. This is not magic. This is the oldest intelligence in your body being given permission to do what it always knew how to do. So, let's begin. Find somewhere comfortable to sit or lie down. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Take one slow breath in through your nose and let it go. Place one hand gently on your lower abdomen, just below your navel, not pressing, just resting, as if you're finally acknowledging something that has been waiting there quietly for a long time. Take another breath, easy, unhurried. Bring your soft awareness to the space beneath your hand. Don't try to analyze it or name it, just sense it. There may be tension there. There may be warmth, there may be numbness, or nothing at first. All of it is welcome. You don't have to feel the right thing, you only have to be honest. We are going to speak to what lives here, slowly, without force, without expectation, with presence and care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for every time I told you to stop feeling. For every moment I swallowed the sadness because there was no room for it. For the years I spent making myself smaller so that others could be comfortable. I'm sorry for every "I'm fine" that wasn't true. For every time I left you the same way others once did. Let that land wherever it needs to. Take a deep breath. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for not knowing how to hold you. For trying to fix you when all you ever needed was to be met. For spending years looking for joy on the outside, when you were always here, patient, quiet, waiting. Please forgive me for every time I tried to skip over you rather than sit with you. Stay here for a moment. Breathe. Thank you. Thank you for holding all of this so patiently for so long. For staying when everything in you could have gone completely numb. For the moments you still let light through. The quiet, unexpected flickers of warmth, of beauty, of something almost like joy, even when I wasn't paying attention enough to receive them. Thank you for never fully giving up. Now take a slow breath in. As you breathe out, let the warmth of that gratitude move gently through the space beneath your hand. I love you. I love you, this part of me that learned to go quiet, that decided somewhere along the way it was safer to stop feeling than to risk disappointment again. I love the child who made that decision and meant it as protection. And I love the person sitting here now, choosing to return, choosing this. Stay with those words for a moment. There's nothing to do, nowhere to get to, just this. Take one more slow breath. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Sacral healing doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come as a sudden flood of joy or a dramatic moment of release. More often, it feels like a loosening, like something that was long clenched has softened, just slightly, like a door that was locked from the inside, opening just a little, because for the first time in a long time, you knocked from within. That is enough. That is more than enough. If something moved during this practice, that is real. If nothing seemed to move, that is real too. The body heals in its own time and in its own order. What matters is that you came, that you spoke honestly to something you've been quietly carrying, that you gave it a moment to feel witnessed. We will keep going deeper in this series. The next video takes us further into what it actually means to begin welcoming joy back, not by forcing it open, but by genuinely making room for it. Stay close. If this practice is resonating, I'd love for you to carry it into our WhatsApp community, a held space where this kind of healing happens alongside others walking the same path. The link is in the description below. And if you feel called to deeper, more personal work, individual healing sessions are available through my Instagram, also linked below. Before you go, I want to leave you with one question, not to answer out loud, not to overthink. What is the emotion that moved through you just now, or the one that couldn't quite move, that you have been carrying the longest without anyone knowing? Write it in the comments, even one word, because sometimes naming it quietly to yourself in a space like this is its own kind of release.